So I'm on my way up to Eustis, Florida. I'm going to take a reiki class there. I don't know what to expect at all. Super excited about it. But it's going to be with a teacher of mine, Tara. She taught me massage, and now she's going to be teaching me reiki. I believe in her so much. I'm so excited to take this class. And I got my Positive Vibes shirt on here. So I have the crystal. And I have my chauffeur here taking me. Where are you going to be going today?
Napoleon Hill actually had a legit castle here in the 30s. Some say that this is where he was at when he wrote Think and Grow Rich. So I'm excited to go to this place. It's called Mount Dora. And if you know anything about Florida, it's completely flat. So the fact that there's any mount anything is absurd. And it's not a mount. It's like a little molehill.
There's the cows. Hi, cows.
I don't understand your level of giddiness right now.
Are there more over here? All right. So I'm learning how to use the camera so that we can officially vlog as we travel. And it's taking me so long to adjust the ISO.
Well, you were happy about the cows.
Okay, I was super happy about the cows, and he wanted me to come on and explain why I'm happy about the cows. But by the time I adjusted the ISO and the shutter speed and everything, which it's still, yeah, it's really bright. This is his cameraman at the helmet, and I'm out of focus. It's gonna be a fun one.
So are you not happy about cows anymore?
I was really excited about the cows.
Did you join the rest of us?
Well, we just don't usually see the cows.
Oh, okay.
And then there were cows. I bet there's gonna be horses too. I'm really wondering though, like where we are right now. Is this where we're going? Like this is the right way?
Yep. It's very
very rural.
The hills have eyes, kind of. Like, where are we?
I didn't see that.
Okay, two things. Number one, I need a wider lens. And number two, we're in Eustis. I just dropped Lauren off for her Reiki session. And interesting, this is the first time that I've been in Eustis. And look at this mural. I'm actually just gonna turn this around. Look at all this. This is actually like pretty classy. Look at that. Kind of creepy. But this little downtown area just seems to be pretty cool. So I'm just gonna do some exploring. Oh, this is totally me. Must find out details. I haven't gone karaokeing in a while. So it turns out Eustis is actually pretty cool. There's a lot of really cool areas downtown here. I found this nice little stairwell up against this nice brick wall. But what I want to talk to you about today is the idea of focusing on only just a few people to learn from, a few mentors, really. You don't need to go and follow every person who says that they can help you. The metaphor that I think of is photography. In photography, you've got the aperture. The aperture closes down, lets less light in, or it opens up, letting more light in. Well, the thing is, the aperture works just like your eye. If there's too much light, what do? You squint. You squint so that you can let in just enough light so that you can be able to see. Well, in the same way, if you're studying so many people, if you're buying so many books, you aren't actually seeing anything clearly. And so, in order to allow yourself to see things clearly and to come into focus, you need to let less light in. And you need to let more of, well, at least the kind of light that you're looking at for right now. If you're studying and you want to be really good at finance, then go study people in finance. If you're a kickboxer, then go study the one person who's really good at kickboxing. If you are a artist, then go study that particular artist for now. But trying to do it all at once is a sure sign of that you're not going to be clear. You're not going to see things very clearly. So something to think about on this slightly overcast, but turning into a partly cloudy and sunny day in Eustis, Florida. All right, so check it out. I needed new razors, and I typically get Gillette, you know, just the typical Mach 3 razor. And I went to Target, and I actually found a new type of razor, something of a brand called Harry's. Okay, so what I saw was this. This was pretty interesting. It came in 3 colors: red, navy blue, and forest green. And what was interesting is that, look at this. Isn't that interesting? But it was how the box was presented. It was almost like unwrapping something from Apple. Because check this out, right? So there's a little thing, you cut that plastic thing, and then you just pull out. And look at this. Look at that. Look at the branding. And so you remove this, and what you're left with is this beautiful thing, right? So you have your razor, which we would expect. Pretty standard. Now that's pretty cool. But what really got me was this. Okay, if you look, it actually had one little place for this little piece of paper here, right? And so I pulled the piece of paper out, and it says, "Open me." It's like, okay, open me. Open me. It's like, hey, open me. So I'm like, okay, I'll open you. And all it says is a simple little message: "Hi there. Thanks for not throwing this out." And of course, for choosing Harry's. We're here to do all we can to make your shaving experience as smooth as possible. We hope you enjoy Harry's and appreciate your support. Jeff and Andy, Harry's co-founders. Very simple, but like, I feel like I want to keep buying from these people because they just went the extra distance. It reminded me of, I believe it was Avis, right? The car rental place. Hertz was trying to beat Avis. So it was Avis or Hertz. One of those two was like on top. So whoever was number 2, their whole campaign was, we're number 2, so we try harder. And that's what I feel like this brand does. They try harder. Now you take something like this, compare it with something like this, which this is Lauren's razors. I think she paid like 15 bucks for these 3. And you just rip the wrapper off and you use them, and then that's it. Really? I mean, there's almost like no selling going on here. The only real word that I can say is really selling here is that they have the word elixir. Isn't that stupid? So you got this or this. Marketing, friends. So I did a little research about Napoleon Hill. He did actually have a house here in Mount Dora, but there is kind of a racy, kind of scandalous fate that his house went through. He made his money, I think, in 1937 when he published Think and Grow Rich, probably, arguably, the #1 personal development book of all time. Made millions of dollars off of this book. What he did was he combined all of the laws of success into one book, and that book was Think and Grow Rich. So he bought a castle, or they at least called it the castle here, because it had a cylindrical type of building. And then he got divorced. He got divorced from his second wife, and pretty much all the money that he made from Think and Grow Rich went to the wife and the divorce, and then he was left to have to build it all over again. The house was sold, and then the house largely was vacant for many, many years. They tried to rent it out and it just wasn't profitable, and then finally in 1980 it was demolished and they put up kind of some rental properties there, better than what was there before. So that's really interesting about Napoleon Hill, but I do like this town of Mount Dora. There's lots of eclectic artsy shops here, and I mean, if this isn't proof, we're gonna go take a look at them now.
Just finished 6 hours of a Reiki class. At least I'm feeling much more like awake, and yet I still really need this coffee. It says coffee gives me superpowers. It was a really intense class. A lot of meditation, a lot of like just like going like this on people.
What is
like,
what?
Like this,
Yeah.
This is Reiki. I'm Reikiing the coffee right now. It's not probably something you would do, but a lot of talking about woo-woo, crazy, crystal energy, healing stuff, which, you know, obviously I love because I have my crystal here. But after 6 hours, I'm ready for a coffee and a nice evening in Mount Dora going out to dinner. So, cheers. That's good.
Sweet home, it's Florida.